Hey there, welcome back to DadHacks. Perhaps I should welcome myself back to DadHacks. It has been a hot minute since I've been able to post anything, and that's due to it being hot. Dead of summer here in Virginia, and good grief, it's been over 100 quite a few times. So I haven't been doing a whole lot outside other than what I absolutely had to, but I did just recently get a new implement to help me bury some wire that I needed in the backyard. And given how that went yesterday, I figured I would go ahead and show it off and maybe help somebody else out that's looking to do the same. So let's jump right to the thing that I bought. All right, so here is the hitch mounted trencher or subsoiler. Both names are appropriate, and both will find it for you on Amazon, which is where I got it. I got a Prime Day deal for 60 bucks. I think now it's back up to maybe 75, but still quite reasonable. And its sole purpose is just to dig a narrow, somewhat deep trench in the ground. And that's exactly what I wanted to do for my underground cable going out to my pool pump. I'll go ahead and put it on the tractor and let you see what it looks like. So this was kind of a happy accident, if you will, for this particular implement. I had wanted to get an attachment that would allow me to put some ballast, some counterweight on for when I use the bucket. But I also needed something to pull some trailers around. So I wanted something for a 2-inch receiver and also to carry some weight. And instead of buying two things, I went the cheaper route and just got the one. And I'm really glad that I did because it makes this particular attachment so much easier to use. One of the things that I don't necessarily like about the Kubota BX is there's no downforce on the lower arms of the 3-point hitch. And so when you drop it down in the ground, it's going to be based on whatever implement that you use as to how it digs. The tractor itself isn't forcing it down. And so I really needed that extra weight. And you can see in the video coming up, I started with just 2 of my weight blocks on the back so that I'd be able to see a little bit more clearly. And that really wasn't enough. You won't be able to see the end result really where I put all 6 of them back on, because my wife, who was shooting the video, the bugs got after her and she got inside. But having all 6 dropped it down very nicely, and it did exactly what I wanted to do on that next pass. So let me go ahead and get it hitched up and I'll show you how it works. All right, so quite simply, that's all that it is. You put it into your 2-inch hitch, put the pin through, and it's good to go. This one, it fit just fine. It is adjustable here, which is nice. And there are 2 digging blades. I didn't try the other one. I just went with this one, which is kind of a triangle view. I figured that would work a little bit like a plow, help it go in a little bit better, maybe split the dirt. But I didn't have a chance to compare it with the other one, so I have no idea if the other one would work better. That one's just kind of a flat chisel bit. But there are different adjusting holes here. There's 4 of them on the shaft itself, and there's 3 holes here. You would put 2 pins in to kind of hold it tight. I've got it dropped down pretty low, and as low as it would go actually, and I like that because that then lets me pin it at the bottom like this. But when I'm traveling, take the pin out and I can switch it up and put the pin back in, and it doesn't matter what I go over, that thing's not going to dig into the ground and freak me out by stopping the tractor all of a sudden. So I thought that was kind of a nice way to do it, and it seemed to get me plenty deep when I was trying to dig my trench. So that was the biggest thing. But also being able to swing it up and out like that. That seems to work pretty well. And so you just drop that thing down. Tractor's not on, I'm just gonna take the pressure off the hydraulics. You just drop it all the way down, and then as you start to pull forward, she digs the ditch. And you'll see it in the video that's coming up. Again, I had to make 2 passes, but the finished result is this. So that's where our wire goes in, and then my son just bent the wire and put it right behind the curve of the shaft, and it did a really nice job just following it right on through by hand. So he just had the wire bent right under here, and then I just went forward slowly and he followed along behind, and then the further we went, the dirt behind just kind of folded back over top of it. We took, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes to fold everything back in by hand along the whole trench, and then I just drove the tractor over it a couple of times, and that packed it down really nice. I mean, you can see, but throw a little bit of a grass seed on top, water it for a few days, and I don't know that you're going to be able to tell the difference. So I was quite pleased with how that turned out. And you can enjoy the video of our first attempt of how we did it. Again, you're not going to see the final result and all 6 weights, but you'll be able to see it in action and how it dug down, which I was quite pleased with.